Shawty really bad. Words of a faint, something like a bat. Well, I want your love, call me when you can. Girl, going up, going up.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be going over a new series that I'm going to be doing, and it's deep dives of Pokemon that are in the meta, or that make the meta, I should say. And as we get through all the meta Pokemon, you know, we can move on to some of the other unique picks in Pokemon Go PvP. And this is to try to help newer players understand the meta Pokemon so that they know what their weaknesses are, their strengths, and so forth. So today we're going to be going over Altaria, and Altaria is a dragon and flying type Pokemon. The fast move that Altaria users use is Dragon Breath. It's a very fast move. It does really good damage and pretty good, well, slow energy gain, but it's going so fast that you are able to charge decently well. And the two charge moves that Altaria uses mainly are Sky Attack and Dragon Pulse. And to the right of each of those abilities, you see a number as well as some Pokemon typing. The number is the number of times, the number of fast moves that you have to use to get to that Sky Attack. So Dragon Breath produces 3 energy per attack, and after 15 attacks you'll have 45 energy, which is how much Sky Attack costs. And the same thing for Dragon Pulse. Dragon Pulse is a 60 energy move, so it'll take 20 Dragon Breaths to get there. And Sky Attack is going to be super effective against Fighting type, Grass type, and Bug typing. And then Dragon is super effective against, Dragon Pulse is super effective against dragons. As far as the resistances that Altaria has, it is resistant to Bug, double resistant to Grass, double resistant to Ground, resists Water, Fighting, and Fire, and it's going to be weak to Fairy, Rock, Dragon, and double weak to Ice. So whenever I say weak to, it means there's a modifier on those abilities. It's not twice as effective, but something like that. I don't know the exact modifier for that. And then if it's double weak to a move or double resistant, it means it's going to cut that. It's going to double that modifier and have that much more resistant, or that take that much more damage. So what are some of the good things that Altaria has? It is really good typing. As you can see, it resists a lot of stuff, and it has really strong moves. And as far as the Great League as a whole, I think Altaria has the highest win rate of all Pokemon in the one shield scenario, which is you can check that out on pvpoke.com. And but one of the interesting things I should say about Altaria is, while it has a superb win rate against the entirety of the Great League, a lot of the Pokemon that are available to use in the Great League are not part of the meta. So like something like Cubone or any of the level 1 evolutions, they usually aren't going to be anywhere near 1500 CP, so they're going to be much weaker. And so with this, a lot of the meta Pokemon are actually pretty good against Altaria, or at least go even with her. And on the left side we have things that Altaria is good against that are decently meta relevant, and then things on the right side are going to be things that Altaria does not do well against, that are meta Pokemon. And so on the left side, the things that Altaria is going to beat are Tropius, Venusaur, Gallade, Lantern, and Fortress. So if you look at the resistances, Altaria is going to beat most of those things, but these are the Pokemon that I think are in the top, let's say 25 or so, that I think that I'm listing because Altaria beats it in all shields, beats each of them in all shielding scenarios. And the same for the bad. Altaria loses to them in all shielding scenarios, and they're very meta relevant. And so the Pokemon that Altaria is bad against is Azumarill, Frostlass, Bastiodon, Probopass, Meltan, or Melmetal, sorry, and any of the charm users. So basically, Altaria loses to a lot of the tanks, and you'll see as we get through a lot of these, certain grouping of Pokemon are good against another certain grouping. So like the things that we group as a community as tanks are usually really good against the flyers, because those tanks are either they are mainly rock users, which is going to be super effective against flying, or they're electric users with other rock moves. Now, one Pokemon that is part of the tank group is Lantern, and that Lantern is so different from the other tanks that it has different weaknesses and strengths than the other tanks. But we'll get into that during a Lantern deep dive. But Altaria does beat Lantern. So if a meta is ready for an Altaria, they can definitely build against it. But so like very recently, a lot of the meta has shifted toward Altaria, whereas in the past everyone knew Altaria was like the boogeyman, so they would always have a tank user on their team, and that would just absolutely destroy Altaria. But Altaria has been on the rise again lately, so as metas change, just realize that your flying type of choice is going to change with it. And we got the inspiration for this overlay from Master Q2 on DeviantArt. I'm going to leave their link in the description. Alright, so that was the first video of our deep dives, and there are going to be more to come out, hopefully a lot more. So if you want to get that next video, go ahead and subscribe, and thanks for watching.